Okay, the channels on YouTube that I consistently watch, that I strongly recommend, that I believe if you watch them consistently, they will make you rich, or they will improve your mindset or improve your life trajectory, which is really, really important. Like it's an important thing about life. Like you getting 50% of the way toward your goal is knowing what your goal is. That's something I just made up, but like most people, the average like normie, right? They don't even know the class that they should be taking. Like a class that you have in school that you pick out in college that you're looking for, that you actively want to pursue, and you actively want to pursue it. And once you are in this class, you will take action on it because you are interested in this class. Like 50% of people don't even know what class to take. They don't know what they don't know. And even if they get lucky and take the right class, they're not going to actually actively pursue it because they don't really have interest in it, and they won't pay attention in class. So knowing the right channels to watch, knowing the path to take, takes you 50% of the way there. Then the rest of the 50%, like for some people it's hard, but like most of the time once you're in a class, the teacher will cut you slack. And I'm not saying this is the same way in business. In business, there's a lot less slack. It's all on you a lot of the time. But once you're in the class, it's hard to fail. The teacher will give you extra help. You could ask for help. You have friends. You have AI, which could help you with the homeworks. There's a way to get through that class once you actively pursue it. It's hard to really fail a class unless you get really unlucky. And the same thing goes with life. Once you know the right path, and once you promise yourself that you will pursue this goal, and you promise you won't stop until you get it, you're gonna still deal with hardships, but if you keep pushing through, eventually you're gonna get it. Side tangent, motivation type shit. All right, so what path do you go? And the channels that will bring you to what path you should go down, the ones that I watch personally. Number one, my favorite channel on YouTube, I've talked about it previously on this channel, is Alex Becker Business. His main channel is okay too with crypto, but his Alex Becker Business is actually a very underrated channel. Now, a lot of the content is like a bit clickbaity, and he repeats himself a lot. But for me, if I wish I started watching him. I did watch him like around like 17, 18, but I didn't really fully understand the content he was making. I was really just watching like his dopamine detox videos, right? But you want to learn like the juicy shit that will actually lead you down the path, which will actually get you successful in business. And he tells you exactly what he's doing with Hyros, his software as a service, that he's now, it's probably worth like $200 million plus. It's an insane software. I'm actually using it at my company. So yeah, it's like a separate thing. Like I'm not saying you're going to create the next Hyros, but he gives like great advice about the skills that you should learn, like paid ads, shit like copywriting, shit like learning just about meta as a whole. If you want to start making like AI agents, if you want to start getting into e-commerce, if you want to start an agency, improving businesses with paid ads, etc., etc. He's a good blueprint to follow, genuinely. He gives really good advice. He also talks a lot about like peptides, and like I like the way his brain works. He's very, very logic based, which I love. I love people who just choose all the decisions that they want to make based on logic. Yeah, that's like, I mean, I could go a lot more in depth with him. What are some other areas that he's good at? Let me think for a second. Yeah, like his channel definitely woke me up and made me realize like, hey, it's entirely possible to be making like $1 million a year. I know that sounds like pretty insane, and I'm not there yet. I'm not gonna be one of those kids that just says like making $1 million a year is easy, but like he definitely puts you in the framework where you start realizing it's not as hard as you think. It's really not as hard as you think. Like making like 10, 15, 20K a month is not nearly as hard as you think. Let's just get that out of the way. Cool. He's my favorite YouTuber. Some other ones. One that's been popping off that doesn't really talk as much about money, but I follow him on Instagram, and he likes a lot of he likes a lot of the influencers posts that I watch, and he actually is making money now. He's probably making a good. I would have to look at his school community. It's Clavicular, and I will not be surprised. He's okay. So So he doesn't really talk as much about money, but I'm not going to be surprised whatsoever if he starts making a lot of money. And the reason why is because he is like so obsessed with looks maxing and dives deep into every single detail of it, which is also like something you should be really interested in. So yeah, and he's like obviously been successful with it, so you should watch like Clavicula over someone like, I don't know, like Godis or some shit, who's just like says like all these things, which, you know, he has like some good advice every now and then, but like the Clavicular obviously looks much better and gets a lot more results than Godis when it comes to like what you're actively trying to pursue, which is probably women, right? And like, yeah, like life quality. So like Clavicular, he's like obsessed over every single detail about looks. And when you follow him on Instagram, he likes so many videos of like Tate and all this stuff where Tate's explaining like his logic. We'll get to him in a second. And you know, he's already starting like, I think it's called OTC or OT peptides, which you know, is gonna make a lot of money. He's selling like peptides for a really expensive price, plus his school community, which requires very, very minimal effort. And he's probably obviously has like a high churn percentage, I guarantee. And you know, not all of the people there, you know, are consistently gonna pay every single month. But he's making good money from that, and it doesn't require like much work from him whatsoever. If you actually join the free trial of that school community, it's like a really shitty community, but the amount of money that he's making from that's simply just because he's focused solely on looks maxing, and he's basically put that at the back. He puts that school community on the back burner. He just enjoys his life. Definitely tells me a lot about him as a person and what he can do if he really starts focusing on his financial, you know, health, and, you know, improving his money, like the amount of money that he has. So I would definitely subscribe to him because he also has a very logical framework. I wouldn't be surprised if he's very similar to like, reminds me a lot of reminds me like of Alex Becker for sure. Yeah, entirely focused on logic and does things pretty optimally. Like, I'm not stupid, like he does like stuff that's like way out of whack, like doing like snorting meth to be able to like talk to people is just like insane, right? But like you know, the stuff with the looks, like he definitely knows like the exact like places to put the like the eyelash shit, and the you know if you want to put like kohl or like eyeliner and shit, like he knows like every detail, right? So he's not that bad to take advice from, but be careful. All these people that I'm saying, right, still be careful, because I remember there's this quote in the Bible, I'm going to be butchering it, but essentially the one that you should be listening to is Jesus, and there's a lot of false prophets out there. And I don't even want you to see me as like some kind of person that you should be listening to 24/7. Always be careful with the people you're taking advice from. They seriously, like a lot of people out there mix some truth with lies, which is the devil's work. So be really, really careful. Like, do not listen to these people and take everything that they say as gospel. You need to take certain pieces of the things that they say and apply it to your life, but make sure you stay away from other aspects that they promote. For example, there's like a very good chance you should not get surgery. Now, it could be, you know, that's like a whole separate thing, but like, you know, especially when you're like young, maybe you're like somewhere between like 17 and like 26 watching this, like, be smart and don't do anything stupid. Just goes without saying, like, don't take like random freaking peptides, and don't take like testosterone at like freaking 16 years old. You know, you got to be careful with that. But I do respect how he's like very strong in his opinions, though. Okay, who else? Now Tate's like a obviously like a debatable one, but I agree with a lot of the shit that he says. Obviously, like, not the stuff where he like starts talking smack about women and like this, you know, disrespecting them like crazy, and you know, sometimes he just says like some dumbass shit, and he has like so much anger in him that it's just like so cringe, and it's like, dude, nobody wants to listen to you when you have like this anger in your soul. But the stuff that he talks about with like money and like just a lot about like limiting beliefs, and just like there's like a bunch of pieces of advice that are just like glued to my head that stick with me like till now. I get them like all over my Instagram feed, and they really do motivate me to like really lock in. Like, one of them, for example, is like when he spoke about burnout, and like when you say the word like, oh, I'm burnt out, he says burnout, do you want it or not? You know what I mean? And of course, you know, you could be like exhausted or something. If you're pulling like 4 all-nighters, you're not going to be able to do your work as optimally. But you know what I mean. Like, there's no such thing as burning out. It's you get the result or you don't. Like, that's like a perfect example. Or like you shouldn't already limit, like, do not put a limiting belief on yourself, or like, there's like people that give these like stupid excuses of like just like play, like for example, like playing video games in general. Like people say like, oh, playing video games is bad, but like, no, it's not just like playing video games is bad. It's that playing video games is like a completely illogical decision that really showcases who you are as a person, that makes that, you should become disgusted with yourself if you play them. And that sounds like ridiculous because, oh, it's just like 30 minutes to an hour a day. But the reason why is because it gives you no ROI. Like you could treat a video game you could treat something in your real life the same way you can in a video game, level up in that skill the same way you can in a video game, except the video game is completely it's not real. None of it is real. The reward that you get from a video game is like just an image, like a Fortnite victory royale. You're not achieving anything. It's a video game. It's not real life. And you could be manifesting this energy into something that is productive, that will help you and your family and your future children. But you're not doing that. You're wasting your time doing that dumb shit. Or, there's like, that's like a perfect one, right? Like when you get into that framework and he gives you like these constant ideas, that's really, really useful. Now, I never joined like Hustle's University or like whatever, but I could tell you I have a good amount of friends who who joined that as like who joined his community as like a naive teenager, and they say now as they got older that like it was like kind of a stupid community, but it already brought them toward the path of making money and like like the trajectory that they went on, and now they're making good money. So I definitely don't, similar to the people I said before, a lot of truth and a lot of good stuff that he says, but obviously be careful. But he definitely like gives you like an iron will and allows you to see yourself in such a powerful way that really elevates who you are as a person. That the way I explained that was like so broad. Yeah. Okay, who else? Who else do I watch? I watch Mark Builds Brands a lot. He's a really good ecom guy, really good. I feel like I have like a hair right here. Do I? Oh my God. Okay, we're fine. Yeah, this guy named Mark Builds Brands, he talks about ecom and how he's implementing a lot of AI in his e-commerce stores, and it's like incredible the shit that he's doing. He talks about AI image ads, he talks about landing pages, he goes really deep into like advertorials, VSLs, talks about paid ads, talks about the books that you should be reading, etc., etc. He's really, really good. I strongly recommend Mark Builds Brands. He's probably one of the best ecom guys that you could watch right now. Another ecom guy, he's like pretty small. I don't know if I would like recommend it, but like there is this guy named like Nathan Miller. He's like a really small channel. He also ecom. Yeah, like he has like 4 or 5 like good videos. Yeah, he's all right. He's like a side character. Those are like the 4 main guys that I mentioned before, and he's like mid, but like not bad. Okay, like this guy named First Man on YouTube, he gives like some decent advice, but also be careful because he's like massively coping, and I'm pretty sure like he does not make that much money. I'm pretty sure like he is not, like I'm pretty sure he's living off of like his parents' wealth and maybe like a lump sum that they gave him that was like passed down. I think you should take advice from him only because he could sometimes be an example of someone that you don't want to be, but also he does really level himself up when it comes to like, staying lean and, believing in yourself. And like, he talks about like the 1% rule and like the 80-20 rule and like how to become like more masculine. And, he talks a bit about business and like, keeping yourself clean, wearing like a suit, making sure you save time. I remember he definitely set me up where he was like, if you're like starting from nothing and you don't know what you want to do, like I remember he really did help me when he mentioned like the best advice that he got, the best of what he would do if he were like really young again, like a teenager, would be that he would like start working at like a factory job, which sounds dumb. Like I replace factory with like a really chill job that you don't have to do much, like maybe like a government job or like something where you could like sit on your laptop in like the back of like a fucking company, which like sounds like hard, but there's a lot of places where people don't do shit at their jobs, and put on headphones and learn a shit ton while you're at that job. He was saying that, but about a factory, but you keep headphones in and you listen to like podcasts while you're there. That's gonna give you education. That's gonna give you like some money to rely on and just save a shit ton in the beginning. That's like one piece of advice that he gave, but he also gave some other really good. He gives some other really good stuff. But he's like the one out of everybody that I mentioned. I would actually say he's the one that you should be most cautious of, because I don't know. I feel like he doesn't get as many women as he says that he does, among other things. Yeah. Alex Hormozy, he's like really good. That's like a given. Yeah, I definitely start watching him. Who else? Let me. Oh shit. My friend's coming over. Okay. Let me look at like some YouTube channels really quick, so I can show you. I don't watch that many. Those are like the main guys. Okay. 2 more. So there's a guy named BizPath. He's pretty good. He talks about investing, talks about business, lifestyle. He's legit. He's definitely legit. He doesn't really show his face. But he's just like, he talks about he really does have like his own like lead gen agency, and he taught me a lot too. He's a really good channel. Like he's one of the top ones out of all the people that I mentioned. He'll give you like a fundamental understanding of like investing in Bitcoin, and what skills that you should learn, paid advertising, copywriting, similar to Alex Becker, but he talks a lot more about lead gen and the actual tangible stuff that you should be doing. He goes more in depth with that. I'm being like really broad. I need to like go down like a certain video that he actually made that really helped me. I'm gonna scroll down right now. 5 skills that can make nearly anyone money fast. Let's see. Hiring and delegation, Facebook and Google ads, ability to close, sales, VSL, copywriting, learning to spot blue ocean markets. I don't know about that first one, but the other ones are like solid. Yeah, he talks a lot about like AI and how AI can like delegate a lot of the shit, the problems that you're having. Talks a lot about like S&P. He's buying like a shit ton of Bitcoin right now. He actually shows like his entire portfolio, which is like really useful. Yeah. I don't really watch TJR, but like some people say that he's good. I don't really know. He talks about crypto. He's a pretty handsome guy. Most people don't mention that, but no homo, no glaze. Okay, 2 more. All right, there's a few more. So where was it? Nick Theriot. He talks all about Facebook ads. He has a fuck ton of videos. Let me see. 1,200 videos about Facebook ads and media buying and scaling ecom stores and learning how to like scale in Q4 and just product research and reviewing like ads and VSLs and using AI to like give you iterations of these ads, learning about like product market fit, learning about like awareness levels. He's really good, really good, smart guy. Yeah, I would recommend him for ecom. There's also another guy for ecom. All this stuff is like so cringe, it's like drop shipping shit, but like nah, this stuff is legit, dude. I'm telling you. Anthony Eclipse is pretty good too for ecom. Hair Cafe. I don't really watch him, but like he has good hair. So if I ever start balding, I will listen to him more. That's actually a lot of them. Shit, I think I told you a majority. Yeah, it's like pretty much all the people I watch. Hold on. There's this guy also, Nick Sarah Eve. I don't really watch him that much, but like if you want to go down like the AI route, how you can make money with AI, he's good to watch. His school he makes like a bank from school. Yeah. Who's this guy? Because of sales. Oh, never mind. I watched Nero Angelo for looksmaxxing stuff, if you want to learn about that. I don't know if this guy would count. Andrew's account. He's mainly on TikTok. He gives me like this insane motivation to get lean, because that guy, freaking, if you see his entire trajectory, he was like an average looking guy at the start, and when he went down to like 7% body fat, that changed his entire face forever. And he literally went from like mid to like now he's pushing like freaking I don't know. He's just Chad Light or whatever, dude. He's looks great. Oh, last one. I didn't mention this guy, Rehab Room. So he's a perfect example. Like sometimes, you know, people always say like you want to learn from the people who are at the position that you want to be. And I completely agree with that. But I think you should also sprinkle in somebody that you don't want to be like, so that you can learn the things that you make sure that you don't mess up on. He's given me incredible advice when it's come to like keeping your mouth shut and don't be a free agent in life. It tells you don't reveal everything, never show weakness. Always appear strong even when you are weak, because people will rip at that shit. He told me a lot. He said like, if you're gonna improve your appearance, make sure you do that as early as possible. Don't waste your time in the gym. That shit is really stupid. Hard work is overrated, which I completely agree. Like smart work and connections is a lot better. Talked a lot about like predeterminism, and it made me wake up and realize like, you know, like the traditional like, you know, never give up and like follow your dreams, which I still preach. Like never giving up is really important. Like, but at the same time, like it's not always that simple. Like there are a lot of predetermined there's a lot of shit that's predetermined that you really don't have much control over, that you need to take into account. Even when you're on this journey, you need to realize what you're limited by and be smart, but also still wiggle through the cracks, and don't let what he says like toxify your brain either. And last but not least, read the Bible. That's going to be the best out of all of these channels. That has the secrets to everything. You reap what you sow. And a fool, what's another one? A fool, it is better to be quiet and have people think that you are, then doubt and wonder if you're smart or dumb, than talk a lot and remove all doubt and show that you're a fool. There's also some other really good advice, like work hard, work diligently, focus on your efforts, and you will reap the benefits of that, and you will become rich. If you trust in God, you will be rich. Yeah, that's a lot of it. Hope this helps. Peace.